Do you ever notice how you know everything? Not to, not like in an arrogant, like, hey, I know everything. Not like that. But like when it comes to ADHD, you've read all the books, you've watched the videos, you've listened to the podcasts, you've hired the coach, and you're still not doing the work. Interesting. Do you feel a grandma lecture coming on? Oh, you know why you aren't doing it, but you're not doing it. It's because you're lazy. Like, oh God, grandma. Guys, we aren't lazy. We have to bridge the gap between intention and action. And I know how to do that. Circle around the block. Make sure nobody's following you. Come inside. We'll talk. You are listening to ADHD Big Brother, the podcast for adults struggling with their ADHD and comorbid depression symptoms. Yeah. I'm your host, Russ Jones, author of Descending to the Top, believer that you can actually have a smile in your life despite this diagnosis. So let's make some sense out of this struggle. Let's learn some stuff. Let's laugh at some stuff. Ladies and gentlemen, here's some stuff. Welcome to the podcast, everybody. Hey, how you doing? Thanks for listening late at night on ADHD Big Brother Radio. We play all the tunes. Hey guys, it's December. Did you know it was December? Just so you know, I'm not your personal calendar. I just want to make sure that we're all on the same page here. It's December. This is also known as the end of the year. So that's happening. Let us just end these pleasantries and just begin with the podcast. Okay, so we'll start off with the mental health update. Every week, as I learned how to do on the Mental Health and Tech podcast, it was inspired by them. It was to start normalizing talking about our skull spaghetti, right? Our mental health, the good, the bad, and the weird. So I shall express to you how I am feeling in my brain bits. My depression feels lifted at the moment. I really do love the holiday time. There's like a vibe to it. I know some people get seasonal depression, and man, I feel for you guys. I hope the season passes quickly for you. But I like that Christmas vibe. And I don't have big family things to go to or to plan, which I do miss sometimes from my childhood, but I do not miss the extra shit. Like holidays come with so much extra spending for the presents, extra obligations, extra parties or gatherings. And if you have kids, it's just, oh my God, if you were looking at it like it was a job, it's like you go to work and it's a shitload of projects that get shoveled onto our plates during a time when we're supposed to be chilling out and having time off. And man, for an ADHDer, that is a no bueno. So this year I will go to a couple of parties. I don't host any. I mean, I know my limits. Planning my day is a gladiator level victory. Planning a party, is like, please God, no. I almost want to commit a crime just so I could be like, guys, I would love to have planned this party, but I'm currently incarcerated. So maybe next year. It's really a painful thing for me. But my mental health is good at present. I am medicated for depression, but not for my ADHD. Side effects were too many. So that is my update for you. I am super juiced up for a lot of things. So that's been going great. Work-wise, and this is going to tie into today's episode. I'm really excited about December. There's lots of really cool things happening with ADHD Big Brother. I've got 3 one-on-one private coaching slots available now, and I love that work. It is so rewarding. So if you're struggling to bridge the gap between intention and action, like I mentioned in the opening, that is my specialty, the doing of the work. You know, most of you guys, we all have that psychoeducation that we need. Like we know the why, executive function issues is the reason, why I can't get started, dopamine deficiencies, and, it's got to find the interest in my strengths. And like we could write our own books about ADHD and how it's affecting us. Most of us know what our issues are under this big blanket of ADHD. We know it. My specialty is in helping you become a doer despite the ADHD struggle, doing the work. And I have many more slots available in the ADHD Big Brother community. Here's my goal. My goal is I'm going to cap it at 300 members. That's the number that keeps bouncing in my head. That's my intention. It's not currently built to house like thousands of members. The idea is like, oh, you got to build it and just scale it and money. And I would get so lost in that. It would be great for my pocketbook, right? But that would be lovely. But for it to work the way that it's working now, and it's so fucking good. It works really good. There needs to be a level of intimacy to it. Like even for me, I'm a member of my own community. It's how I get shit done. I'm not just telling you guys like from as some omnipotent ADHDer who has solved ADHD. Guys, if you just do A, B, and C, then your ADHD vanishes. And now I don't have to manage anything. I'm in there utilizing all of these skills and tools and games just like you guys are. Right now we have 45 active members. So, to hit 300, we'd have to get, 255 more. There's plenty of slots available. So there's no urgency to join, but I don't want you to wait to join if you're interested. Like, I don't believe in the countdown urgency marketing stuff, but I will say this is a community where you go to do something with your knowledge, right? You have a therapist you love, and you love meeting with your therapist every week, and you're not doing any of the work. You have an ADHD coach or any kind of a coach, and you're making commitments on what you're going to get done during the week, and you're not doing any of the work, or you're scrambling the night before the next appointment. This community will help you with that. So you're not in any danger of missing a slot in the community, so no problem there. You are in danger of forgetting that it exists and saying, yeah, I'm going to do that at some point. And then it goes into the void. That would be the reason to act now. And I really want you to experience it. If this is right for you, I really want you to experience it. And I can hear myself asking, okay, well, how does this work for getting me to do stuff? You got to try it out. I will be there and I can explain to you how you can use the community for your specific issue. Like every ADHDer has their own thing that they're working through. And I'm an ADHD coach. So like you could come into the community and I can guide you on how accountability in the community can help you. So in December, we're going to be doing 10 days for $10. There's no auto sign up at the end, just in and out. See what daily accountability can look like when it's working. We have members in there who have done daily accountability for over 100 days in a row. Stephanie's going to hit her year mark soon. That's 1 year of showing up for 5 minutes to type out the one thing or the three things that she wants to make sure that she achieves that day, or her day streak goes back to 1. And she's achieving that. I cannot stress enough how important this stuff is for ADHDers. The feeling of failing and having to start a day streak over again, it's a uncomfortable feeling. But I have to say this as an ADHD coach. I'm incredibly passionate about this, like as a professional in this business. And what I see missing in a lot of places, we have got to experience failing and sucking and that tension in order for us to move our needles forward. It's like, and with this long ass history of feeling like losers and that we suck. And we feel like we have to put this monumental effort into creating some kind of an environment where there's no such thing as failing. In order for many of us to become successful with managing our ADHD, we need, that was crazy, need support. We need support, all right? You really have to listen to me on this one. We've got to have it. We have to have a support system. We need support behind us. We've got to have some kind of an ADHD support system that is non-judgmental and it keeps a dialogue open for getting on the other end of the struggle. Anyways, I feel super passionate about this just because I see so many of us are able to talk our way around everything that we know we need to be doing, and we're not doing the work. And we're afraid of the tension that comes with like, oh, another thing that I suck at. And man, like daily accountability is literally everything. Show up. And then if you fail, great. Now we all as a group have something to talk about in a non-judgmental, in a shame-free way. Like, okay, let's talk about this as a group and how can we as a group support you in trying again and then trying again and then trying again. We have to have that support system. I lost where I was at. I got juiced up there for a minute and I lost where I was at. Okay, well, we're looking down here. Oh, so this is like the advertisement. Get your 10 days for $10 in December. So the community's open. 10 days, $10. You can experience it. And I will say this, even though it's the holidays and there's a lot of routine wrecking that's happening, this is the perfect time to join. Anyway, that's my big spiel. Link is in the show notes if you're interested. Alrighty. Okay. Let me tell you what happened to me. Let me make it all about me still. I had another epiphany. Epiphanies are awesome. Sounds like a girl's name, doesn't it? I'd like you guys to meet my daughter, Epiphany. She's always coming up with unique insights. So as many of you guys know, gamification, that's a big deal to me. And it's how I do shitty stuff. And in the community, we've got multiple challenges going on at any given time. I work out every day, physical workout, just so I can roll the dice on a damn game I'm playing with some of the members. I've created 2 card games in there. Goal Digger's a long-term goal game, and Goal Getter is a daily chore game. And I have something new that I wanted to share with you. I was kind of shooting the shit with myself and noticing that my environment was really cluttered and lots of Uggs. You know what I mean? Like that energy drain of walking into a room and like, I got to do that. Like all those energy zaps. Like, I got to pick up the laundry and go into the kitchen. Why did I let the dishes pile up? Or nothing's put away. It's a lot of Uggs. You can just feel the energy draining from you when you, those sighs that, oh God. And then I was thinking about how amazing it was when I go to like a hotel. There's no Uggs in a hotel. It's a blank canvas every time, just possibilities. Like I would be happy to lounge in a chair and read a book or sit in a desk and write or have a coffee on the balcony. There's no Uggs. There's nothing to be done. So then my thought goes, how can I gamify this and make this interesting to me? This Ugg elimination. And so I started thinking about life and how life is a game. And like when people think of life as a game, it's like we often maybe think, well, when I'm born, the game begins and then we play the game until we die. And then it's game over. But that didn't resonate with me very much. Like, but what if every day was the start of a new game? And I love board games. Catan, Ticket to Ride, Temple of Elemental Evil. There's just so many games. Not like Monopoly. I'm not a big Monopoly fan, but love a good board game. And when we play a board game, we get it out, we set up the pieces, and then we play. And then when the game is over, we put the game away. That's me. I don't leave the game out, so that's why this really resonates with me. I always put the game away. Rarely put the laundry away, but I always put the game away. And so I started thinking about my environment and my day, and it actually got me juiced up. I made the most unbelievably boring, stupid bullshit, which is cleaning my environment. I made it interesting. And here's how that works. First, I need to get my environment initially set up, right? And I will honor the fact that this is going to be different levels of hell and impossibility for different people. I had to gamify that part as well. But long story short, it took me an hour and a half to clean my place up to a level, where my girlfriend marveled at how clean it was. And that's amazing. So if I didn't gamify it, I would have thought it was going to take 6 hours. And that speaks to our time blindness. If I went into this thing thinking, I'm going to do it until it's clean, there would be so much tension, so much frustration. But I hit it at 10-minute intervals where I quit and I move on to the next thing and everything is randomized for me. That's what's doable for me. And so anyways, the bigger idea here is that we metaphorically play the game all day long, this game of life. And then towards the end of the day, it's time to put the pieces away. So at the end of the day, I set a timer for 10 minutes with a specific task of going room to room, putting the game of life pieces away. Shoes go where the shoes go, office gets cleaned up, papers get put away, laundry put where the laundry goes, dishes go into the sink or maybe the dishwasher. So I'm not necessarily stopping being me during the day. The me that, like, when I take my pants off, I use my feet as an anchor and I yank the other foot out of the pants until I rip both of my the legs out. And then I use my foot as a shovel and I scoop the pants somewhere that's not the middle of the room. I don't really, maybe I try to, make a shot into the laundry basket, but really there's no like, and when I take off my pants, I fold them and I hang them back up. I don't do that. This allows me to not have to do that. And I will also honor the fact that I don't have a spouse. So there is no protocol that must be required or environmental respect of somebody else's environment at the same time. So please keep that in mind. But this for me is a 10-minute reset to start the game over the next day. And I love that idea. And I'm setting up my metaphorical board every morning to play a new round of life. I make my bed and then I plan my workday and off I go. I'm sure there's a way to gamify this even more, and I'm sure we'll talk about this in the community and we'll expand the metaphor. But my challenge to you is it's almost one of gamification.
When I play Plants vs. Zombies 2, right, because I'm in competition with my kids to be farther ahead than them, I could lose a level multiple times, and each time I ask myself, well, what happened? How do I strategize so that when I try the level, I'm going to win it next time? What are the different plants that I could use, right? How can we apply our gaming nature to our lives? How can we step outside the normie way of thinking, chores and tasks, obligations, projects, to-dos, and infuse some juice into the mundane? Let's turn the mundane into the fundane. Yes, that was cheesy, but I'm not going to apologize. I think you should apologize if you rolled your eyes. If any of you guys listen to this and you thought, oh my God, I got to give that a try. My coaching question to you is this. When are you going to do it? Specifically, when? And how are you going to remind yourself when that time comes? And then when that time comes, how are you going to overcome the tension and get started on it? And if you can't answer those questions, if you're having difficulty with that, and if you're likely to forget everything that you just heard, then you got a couple of options here. Please sign up. You could either have a free 30-minute coaching consult with me to see if you want to do some one-on-one coaching, or you could join the online community, the 10 days for $10, and I will gladly pave the way for you to become an ADHDer who does the things that they say they're going to do. All you got to do is show up. Alrighty. And with that, I hope that the game of your life goes well this week. Don't forget to reset those pieces, and I shall talk to you later.